So MAGA is now resolved to remove any celebration of minorities and minority history from the federal government. They are now getting rid of, they're putting a pause on events and activities related to Martin Luther King Jr. Day, Black History Month, Juneteenth, LGBTQ Pride Month, Holocaust Remembrance Day, and other special observances to comply with dear leader Trump's executive order, according to a memo obtained by NBC News. Now, for those of you conservatives who are in denial about the reality of what you voted for, especially Black MAGA, Charlie Kirk has gone into detail about how he thought Martin Luther King Jr. was a horrible man, he doesn't deserve a holiday, and he believes the Civil Rights Act was a mistake. Watch.
We note in our piece that Kirk describes King as, quote, a bad guy. It's true. And Kirk's self-described very, very radical view that the country made a mistake when it passed the Civil Rights Act. Also true. As we note in the piece, Kirk has previously described Kirk as a hero and a civil rights icon. It's true. I used to be wrong. What inspired Kirk to shift his view on MLK? Why does Kirk think that MLK is a bad guy? When Kirk says that MLK says, quote, one good thing he didn't believe, what does he mean by that? Why does Kirk believe passing the Civil Rights Act was a mistake? Now, again, apparently they don't listen to the show because we do that at least once a week, right? Once a week we talk about why the Civil Rights Act was a mistake.
So now that one of the biggest voices, one of the ugliest voices, physically and mentally, in conservative media has made it abundantly clear he does not believe Martin Luther King was a good man because the Lord told him so. Apparently the Lord endorses Jim Crow, racism, lynchings, beatings, dog sicking, water hosing. The Lord endorses all of those, apparently, according to Charlie Kirk. Realize and understand, Charlie Kirk is just one of the few who are willing to say it. And it took Charlie Kirk a long time to get there. Charlie Kirk wasn't talking this crazy for the longest. It took time, and now he's comfortable. Now he's saying what he really feels. Charlie Kirk is letting his voice actually be heard. And I really can't wait for Candace Owens and Brandon Tatum to address that. That's y'all's boy. Go talk about how that man thinks you people shouldn't be equal in society to him. Separate but equal. Go talk to him about how he feels as though y'all shouldn't have equal opportunity in American society. Go talk to him about the fact that apparently Martin Luther King was a bad man because of extramarital affairs, but JFK, he's cool. He's cool. Kennedy, a hero. He's cool. MAGA as a movement only serves to seek and destroy all that is good, all that brings us together as a nation. That is the mission of the MAGA movement. For what purpose are they pausing Martin Luther King Jr. Day, Black History Month, Juneteenth, Pride Month, and Holocaust Remembrance Day? Like, what? Like, okay, let's just say you really hated black people, you really hated gay people, but you didn't want to touch the Jewish situation because you knew it would get you in a lot of trouble. You would at least, if MAGA was just trying to look like they still had some semblance of social awareness and situational awareness, they would at least leave Holocaust Remembrance Day. They balled that shit up and said, ball in, just like Jim Jones, and threw that shit right in the trash alongside MLK Day, Black History Month, Juneteenth, Pride Month, and boom, Holocaust Remembrance Day. I ain't gonna lie, conservatives, y'all about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yo, y'all are about 8 for 8. Congrats. I ain't gonna lie. This level of racism, I gotta give it to you guys, because to be fair, you guys went all out this year. Between Elon Musk endorsing anti-Semitic tweets, the dude from Tony from Kill Tony completely slandering Puerto Rico, Donald Trump talking about how Kamala transformed into a black person, JD Vance talking about fried chicken and curry. I mean, you niggas y'all went band for band. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all did amazingly well last year. The racism was impeccable. Still not on my favorite. My favorite's Nick Fuente. Y'all aren't really on my boy's level yet, but still, I gotta give it to y'all. This level of evil, this level of hatred for your fellow countrymen, this is exactly what the MAGA movement represents. I want conservatives of color to realize and understand. These white conservatives, bro, they don't with you. I want gay conservatives to understand these straight conservatives, they don't, especially conservatives of color, they really don't with you. I want Jewish folk to realize and remember these conservatives don't with you. Somebody cue, I don't fuck with you. Like, somebody cue that song up, because the reality is this is what these people are about. Instead of actually running the country as they should, they're worried about how they can slight women today. How can we slight gays today? How can we slight the blacks today? How can we slight the Jewish community today? How can we spite the Jews today? That's what they're thinking about. How do they spite people who don't look like them, who receive some kind of social accolade or some sort of social acknowledgement for the struggles they've went through in this country? That's what they're all about. Pete Hegseth, Donald Trump, that's their focus right now. Not governing, not leading, but engaging in the utmost amount of confusion and destruction. Really? You're going to pause any celebration of Juneteenth? So the ending of slavery is just not worth celebrating. These people are pro-Confederacy. So obviously the fact that I'm not in chains right now and have access to a camera, a microphone, etc., that's blasphemous to them. They're not going to honor Martin Luther King Jr. Day because my ability to walk into any store, any establishment, any building and not be called the N-word upon arrival, that's a little bit too much for them. Black History Month, they don't really want to acknowledge the fact that, you know, blacks had it 10 times harder and had to achieve and aspire despite that. So they're not really a fan of that. LGBTQ Pride Month, y'all niggas went from getting stoned to death to finally having equal rights. They're not a fan of that. Holocaust Remembrance Day, apparently that was just, they're over that now. You know, Elon was over there talking about how the Germans need to let that shit go and all of that. So it's safe to say at this point that conservatives really don't give a fuck about anybody, not even themselves. Not even themselves. This is the most pointless, idiotic, racist, sexist, classist. It's not even a whites only club, because even then they don't even give a fuck about each other. It is an ideological black hole. Foolishness that only serves to bring humanity down to its lowest level and leave us all wondering what the fuck happened. That is exactly what the conservative ideology serves. It serves nothing but chaos, destruction, and confusion. These people are fools. These people are idiots, and I hope that all of Black Maga realizes that there's a reason why Joe Biden didn't get rid of Black History Month. I want Jewish Maga to realize there's a reason why Joe Biden wasn't interfering with Holocaust Remembrance Day. I hope all of you minorities who voted MAGA realize they don't fuck with you. They don't fuck with you, my nigga. They don't like you. If you are not white, straight, conservative, and male and Christian, they don't fuck with you. You're not their homie. They don't like you. And let's say you are a white, straight, conservative, Christian male. Let's say you are those things. What happens if you don't serve Trump? What happens if you don't bend the knee to Supreme Leader Trump? They still hate you. MAGA is the enemy of the white man. MAGA is the enemy of the black man. MAGA is the enemy of the gay man, the straight man, the poor man, the rich man. MAGA is a movement of stupidity. These people don't believe in vaccines. These people don't believe in rule of law. All these people believe in is gobbling on Trump's cock. That's what they believe in, at the expense of everybody, including themselves. I cannot wait until a year or two into this nightmare that we're currently in, that all the people who you saw putting on MAGA hats and doing a little dance, all of a sudden they're going to pretend they weren't there. I don't know why anybody supported I don't know why anybody supported Trump. I can't understand how this. Watch. Total foolishness. Total foolishness. These people are absolutely insane.